For the first time on this show, Penn and Teller are going to try to fool someone else. Give it up for our next potential foolers, Penn and Teller.
I have to admit, Joe and I are a little nervous about this. Actually, we are a lot nervous because we're about to do something that no judge on any talent show has ever done before. No judge on any show, really. We're going to do a trick, and we're going to let someone else judge us. And we're not just going to let anyone judge us. We're going to let ourselves be judged by the greatest living magician in the world, David Copperfield. Anything you can do to distract yourself, please do. Now, we're not going to do flying or the Statue of Liberty because you know how those are done. And we don't. So we're going to do a card trick for you, Dan.
That's awesome.
And this is usually so nerve-wracking with a layperson. With you, it'll be easy because we want you to just follow the procedure here. We're going to have you pick a number in your head. Don't say it aloud. And then when we turn our backs, which we will do, you're going to count down that number. Let's say it was 4. Count down 4 cards. Look at the 4th card. Memorize it. Remember it forever. Put it right back where it was. Put the other cards on top. It's a gentleman's game. We won't look, but don't count too loud. Calm down there. And when you get to that point, look at the card. Put it right back where it was. Put the other cards on top, if you would, please. And when you're at the top of the deck, put the other cards on top.
Put it back on the top of the deck.
Yep. The other cards on top. You done that?
Yes.
Now, just give him a riffle shuffle. You know, and one more. Give him another riffle shuffle. And you know, David, we've been friends for 30 years. They say trust everybody but cut the cards. Get the cards a cut and complete the cut. Yeah, okay. Now you want to examine. Everything happens in this trick in Teller's right-hand coat pocket. So you want to reach into Teller's right-hand coat pocket, make sure there's nothing in there, and make sure there's no electronics or anything. Reach in and make sure. Yeah, Teller thought.
It's for me.
Yeah, Teller thought it might get rough. It looks like it's going to be okay. You're being friendly about it. So the pocket's empty, no electronics. Check that all out. So put the cards in right here. Now, Teller's going to pull the cards out one by one and put them down on the table. Now, we're not going to read your face or anything, but you spell the card in your head. Each card that goes down, you spell one of the letters, and do spell of. So it's Ace of Spades, A-C-E-O-F, S-P-A-D-E-S. The audience will be doing it along with you, but everybody be quiet. Don't spell it out. He is going to deal the cards out. That would be the first letter of the card. Now, the cards were taken. David went down, picked one of them, put the other ones on top, shuffled them twice, and then gave them a cut. He shoved them twice himself, and he gave them a cut. And when he will say stop after the card is out of Teller's pocket, so Teller can't possibly do anything with the information he gets on the Sunday. Take that card right there off the top. Pull it, George. And very loudly, what was the name of your card? And show it to the audience.
4 of spades.
The 4 of spades. Show it to the audience. The 4 of spades. And now you go over to that seat and you see whether we fooled you or not.
Right. Penn and Teller! All right.
Okay.
Well, that's very impressive. How did you decide what trick to do?
Well, David does stage illusions. Huge, fabulous. You got to stay away from all of that.
Right.
So we tried to find the stuff that David had done the least of. He hasn't done a lot of card stuff. So we went with a card trick that has, I think, a couple principles that David probably knows, and we hope a couple principles that will hit David on the side of the head like a baseball bat, because there is some competition here.
Yeah, I mean, this is a huge risk.
Yeah. There's no reason on earth to do this.
No.
As a matter of fact, as I think about it now, I don't know why we thought of this. We thought, boy, this is really brave. This is really great. No one else would do this. And there's a reason no one else would do this. It's stupid.
But it's giving you sort of a good side to now
You're
know
going to
what
be so
everybody's
much
doing.
kinder
Right?
to the people who are on the
Yes.
show. And looking down at him with his hands and his beady little eyes, it's horrifying. He's making notes.
Yeah, you guys do that all the time.
I know, but it's terrifying to watch someone else do it.
Sometimes I think you guys are just doing your grocery list.
There's all this stuff you're trying to do. See, seeing a magic trick once, as opposed to seeing it on TV where you can run it back. Seeing it once like that, you're trying to remember, did she shuffle the deck before or after she did the spread? When did they go below the table? When did they touch their pockets? When do they do this? When do they do that? And you're trying to reconstruct that.
So now, what's at stake here? Like, if he guesses, does he win the theater?
I think we haven't set that up. I'm very glad he didn't negotiate, because it could be David Copperfield's Fool from now on.
Okay, it's time to see if David Copperfield has figured out Penn and Teller's trick. But first, let's take a quick commercial break. Before the break, Penn and Teller threw caution to the wind and tried to fool David Copperfield. Now it's time to see if they pulled off their greatest trick of all. David, how do you think they did it?
Well, I didn't get every single thing about it. Not everything. Some detail in there that was really great, and it made me smile for a second. But mostly, you talk in code in this chair. So I'm going to talk in code. Magic, like in life, it's important to have order. And there's two of you, and there's only one of me, so I think the odds are stacked against me. And that's the key to how this was done.
Was that? Did he figure it out?
Well, he certainly got part of it.
Do you need more clarification?
I do need more clarification.
Ooh.
Yeah, there were two shuffles and a cut.
Well, the shuffles happened after the, how do I say this without revealing anything? I didn't shuffle the deck at the beginning. I shuffled it afterwards.
You shuffled it after you selected the card.
That's correct.
You gave them two shuffles.
That's right.
Gave them a cut, then they went into Teller's pocket.
That's right. That's right.
Okay? So if you had the key to the order of the universe there, they're still in his pocket after they've been shuffled.
That's correct. That's what I'm saying. That's the key to how it works.
Right, but if you have your key,
yes,
and then you're shuffling around,
yes,
the key no longer opens the door.
But life's order doesn't change.
Do you want to talk to Teller quietly up here?
Who gets the theater?
And this is the same deck, correct?
Yes. I don't know. I feel like I'm going to pass out. So I'm going to stay here with you, and I'm going to let the grown-ups talk.
Okay.
Because I am so terrified. Just hold me, Alice.
Yeah, that's how I feel most of the time on this show.
And what's really terrifying is with our size difference, when I do faint, you just fall down with me.
Oh.
That's the problem.
Oh, no. That's, yeah.
So, David, what's the final verdict?
I say that, there's lots of details that I knew, and maybe one detail that I didn't know, which makes me extremely happy. Because I want to be fooled, and that means you fooled me.
And you can congratulate his